Welcome to Solar Energy Info TV. Today we'll talk about backup power. What is it and do I need it? Now, what do we mean by backup power? Well, when I use this term, I'm talking about a backup plan for your normal electric utility usage. So if your utility power goes out, you typically have no power, that is, unless you have backup power in place. So how do you get backup power? One common option for backup power is a generator. Those typically run on gasoline, diesel, or propane. If you're installing solar electric, you have another greener option available as well, and that is to use batteries. We'll look at our first slide here. If you remember the standard grid-tied system, if you don't, you can look back at our previous blog post, Solar Electric 101, which explained a simple system, grid-tied solar electric, which adds solar panels, shown down here, an inverter, could be multiple inverters, and that's about it. That's the standard grid-tied solar electric system. Now, in that system, at night when your solar is not making any power, you're buying your power from the utility. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're selling power to them during the day. But what if your utility power goes out? Well, if it's just for a short period of time, it may be no big deal. It may not be worth it to you to spend the extra money to build in that backup power. But if your home is running anything that must have power at all times, or if your utility power goes out frequently and you just like to avoid the blackouts, you can install additional equipment here and avoid those blackout times. So if the power goes out, the utility power goes out, the power will be drawn from your batteries and or your solar in this system. It's a nice way to go. It does add a significant cost, usually 25 to 30% of the overall system cost, an additional 25 to 30% for the batteries, charge controller, and the extra labor involved. This system shown here is made by Outback Systems. It's a very good company. I have one on my home. Works like a charm. This system does need to be put in all at one time, so if you want to add the inverters that are capable of using battery power, you also need to add the charge controller and the batteries from the get-go. There is another option that came out a couple of years ago, made by an inverter manufacturer called SMA, also a very good company, that allows you to put in what's shown here, batteries and an extra component at the same time as your solar, or you can add these later. So if you want to get just a straight grid-tied system for now with an inverter and some solar panels, you get an SMA system, you can add this component later, which would give you that battery backup. Also might be a nice way to go. So thanks again for checking us out on Solar Energy Info TV. Until next time.